6:53 under a gorgeous sunrise. Brett Blackwell joins us, our wealth advisor here on BT. And the moment that May hit, there were significant investment, I suppose, implications, but we don't know what they are. We look to you. What's the deal with May?
Well, I mean, right now, it's interesting for two reasons. Number one, markets are surging again and are making all-time highs. We've not only taken out the highs that we were at before, but we're now in record territory. It's also interesting because there's an old adage called sell in May, go away. And the adage really talks about the fact that there's a seasonally strong period to the market and a seasonally weak period to the stock market. And essentially, if you go back to 1950, the 6-month period from the beginning of May to the end of October, you lose money in the stock market on average.
Huh. And this is, you're talking since 1950, you're looking back 60 plus years, and it's fair to say then that you can sort of look at trends and say this is a pattern that's established itself legitimately.
Oh, absolutely legitimately. There's a number of what we would call anomalies, weird things that happen in the market or patterns that we see. And sell in May, go away is one of the absolute strongest patterns.
Okay, so you said that runs right up till about the end of October. So does that mean that between November and April we should be buyers, and then in May we kind of want to, in a sense, do we spring clean our investments a little bit?
Yeah, no, absolutely. You on average lose money in the 6 months that we're in right now. All the gains are made from November 1 to the end of April.
Okay.
So we're now just, we're May 6 right now, I believe. Hopefully I got that date right. So we're just at the beginning of what is the worst period for the stock market.
I think we're May 7th, actually, off the top of my head, but
yeah.
I have no idea. Yeah, I just checked my phone. I live and die on my phone. Let's take a look at this chart here, Brett. What is this showing us? Because this showed us, this kind of demonstrates, doesn't it, a little bit different behavior from time to time. For example, if you were to invest $10,000 in 1950, and it can be a little bit tough to tell from this chart itself, but you're saying if you would have bought and hold, as opposed to bought and sold, then you could be talking the difference of even a few $100,000.
Well, the truth is, if you had bought and hold through the whole time since 1950, you've actually made a lot of money. It's been a very positive experience. But if you just bought and hold during the positive 6 months that we've talked about, you've made almost 50% more money.
So you'd be doing that, you'd have to buy and sell each and every year since 1950.
Right,
so
go to cash right now. So essentially on April 30th of this year, you went to cash and you're going to sit there until November 1.
It's really interesting though, folks, $10,000 you invested in 1950, if you just leave it there, you're going to gain about $660,000, which is a pretty impressive number. But if you would have been participating in the activity you're recommending, you're looking at a gain of $940,000. So quite a significant difference there.
And you avoid those really awkward months of September and October. And that's where most, September being the worst month in the stock market.
You're always telling us to keep emotions out of it, though, but that's the emotional time, isn't it? When you get into that September, October, and the markets are fluctuating, and you're looking at the gains you've made, and you're starting to lose a little bit of ground there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you talked about, the first thing you mentioned here, as we get the takeaway element of this, you came in here saying that the market is showing record highs, record gains, the market's looking healthy right now. Is this now the time where you say sell high? I mean, is that an across-the-board piece of advice for the most part?
Well, we try not to market time because it's very difficult, and just when you think you got it figured out, the market will do something different, right? Of course. But what I would say right now is that with the markets where they are and the sell in May, go away anomaly starting right at this moment, this would not be a great time to be adding new money to the market in my mind. I think I'd sit and maybe wait and see how things progress here over the next little bit. Then
again, there are always going to be those blue chip stocks that you just don't sell, right?
Absolutely.
For example, right now you own, I don't know, you never want us to say specific companies. I understand why. But if I own Apple right now, I'm not going to sell it right now, am I?
No. I think if you're already invested, just focus on the long term. But
just don't pull money out of your RSPs.
I don't know that I'd be putting new money in right now. No.
Good call. Brett Blackwell is our wealth advisor. You can learn more about what he does by checking out the Inside BT link at breakfasttelevision.ca. Great to see you.
Thanks.
6:58 on the nose. The news team's set to go right after this, and Carla's got great news with the long-term forecast.